Hello, students, faculty, and staff. Welcome back to another episode of WCU Weekly, where we bring you the latest campus news, events, and more. I'm Courtney Richards, and I can hardly believe that we have just a little over a month left of the 2022 school year. With spring quickly approaching, the campus and its community is buzzing with events and news. So let's get into this week's episode. On Wednesday, March 23, 2022, a new stage production made its world premiere at Westchester University, bringing to life a debate that never was between Abraham Lincoln and famed abolitionist Frederick Douglass. The Lincoln versus Douglass debate is the work of Emmy-nominated documentarian Charles Cook, who drew from the actual speeches and writings of these 19th century leaders to create this imaginary debate exploring matters of racial inequality. U.S. News lists WCU among the best graduate programs for 2023. Westchester University appeared on 6 of the newly released 2023 U.S. News lists of best graduate schools in a number of disciplines. This is the first year the university participated in the U.S. News Graduate School Education Survey, although they participate in the U.S. News Online Masters Education Surveys annually. U.S. News evaluated schools on research activity, academic excellence of entering students, faculty resources, and opinions on program quality from education school deans and school hiring professionals. Lastly, in campus news, the largest cash donation ever was made to Westchester University this past week. A $3.5 million gift from Student Services Incorporated was presented during a gift agreement signing and check presentation celebration on Tuesday, March 22nd in the university's Phillips Autograph Library. The SSI Board of Directors approved a special resolution to support donating to the largest comprehensive campaign ever launched to fund WCU students' immediate needs, 150 Forward, the campaign for Westchester University. The endowment will enable the university to provide the additional support needed to fuel student-related priorities, student scholarship/financial aid, academic and co-curricular programs, and technology initiatives. And that's all for today's campus news. We have an exciting lineup coming up for you guys in this week's episode. Up next, we have the weather with Callum, the org highlight with Jamie, sports with Zack, and so much more. Callum?
Thanks, Courtney, and hello, Westchester. Welcome back to another WCU Weather Minute segment, and I'm your sunny host, Callum. This week coming up, we're going to go back down into the low temperatures again for this week, so break out those winter coats again. For Monday, we can expect a high of 56 with a low of 40 with partly cloudy skies. For Tuesday, we should expect a high of 60 with a low of 45 and mostly cloudy. For Wednesday this week, we can expect a high of 56 with a low of 50 with expected rain showers, but there's less than a 50% chance, so we'll see. For Thursday, we should expect a high of 63 with a low of 47 with another partly cloudy day for the week. Finally, we should expect with an overall mostly sunny weekend in the mid to high 50s range, while the rest of the week is in the high 50s and low 60s, feeling more like nice spring weather. So get outside and see a cloud this week if you can, since there will be a chance of clouds pretty much every day. And that's what I have for you this week for our weather segment, and we'll see you all next week for the never-changing weather report. Have a great week, Westchester. Signing off, I'm Callum Oakey.
Hello, Westchester University. My name is Jamie Simons, and I'm here to give you the latest news on all of the events happening on campus this week. Today, April 4th, there will be a March Madness watch party in Sykes Theater at 7:30, hosted by the Student Activities Council. Food, games, and prizes will all be provided. Some raffle prizes include AirPods, an Apple Watch, and a bookstore gift card. On Tuesday, April 5th, there will be a virtual Voice Your Values workshop from 12 to 1 p.m. This is a wellness workshop all about your personal values, how values influence your decisions, and more. On Wednesday, April 6th, the Off-Campus and Commuter Association will be holding a Pixar movie night. The location is to be determined, but the event will be taking place from 4 to 6 p.m. If you like snacks, drinks, and the Pixar movie Coco, you definitely won't want to miss this. On Thursday, April 7th, the Center for Contemplative Students will be holding a 30-minute sensitive guided meditation. This event is from 6:30 to 7 p.m. and will help students get in touch with their mind and relieve stress. If you're feeling stressed out toward the end of your week, you're definitely going to want to check this out. Finally, on Friday, April 8th, finish your week off strong with the Nerdology event hosted by Rams After Hours. The event begins at 8 on Zoom, and it's going to be a fun-filled night with trivia and even some cash prizes. For WCU Weekly, I'm Jamie Simons, and that was your weekly campus organizational highlight.
Hello, I'm Ben.
And I'm Ethan.
And welcome back to another WCU Studios food review. And today we're taking a look at Meatball U. Meatball U is a classic family comfort food restaurant located on 30 South High Street in the town of Westchester, Pennsylvania. With a strong belief in creating a delicious meal using a blend of quality ingredients, Meatball U specializes in serving a wide variety of meatballs along with a plethora of unique, delicious sides. This week, Ethan and I decided to give the restaurant a visit and see what Meatball U had to offer.
I got mac and cheese with the garlic parmesan meatballs.
And I got the hot buffalo meatballs on a sandwich roll. So, without further ado, let's dig in and see what Meatball U is all about. Really good. I like the amount of sauces they put on because, like, sometimes when places put like buffalo sauce on stuff, sometimes they just like drown it in sauce. But like the amount of sauce that they use here, there's like a good amount of it, so it's not like overpowering.
And that's the same with my meatballs. There's such a strong garlic flavor in it, which makes it really good. It's a good combination with the mac and cheese.
Do you want to get a bonus shot if you like pop it in here real quick or no? Like remember what you did with the taco more?
Cameraman, you don't get a spotlight. It was funny last time when I did it because I'm cool, but you stink. Bread is toasted very well. You know, I usually do not like toasted bread, funnily enough, but it's just pretty good. It's toasted like the perfect amount.
And my mac and cheese is really creamy, which helps it a lot as well.
You need a lot of help as well.
In the mind, especially.
It's cheese, right?
Yeah, it's Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, put some cheese on it. See if enhances the flavor a bit. Cheese for the mac and cheese?
Yes.
Never have enough cheese.
That's why I'm constipated. Please keep that in there.
I don't think we can keep that in there. So, final thoughts. I was pleasantly surprised by my sandwich. It had the perfect mix of like spice, but there was still like you could kind of get the flavor of the meatball in there. The buffalo sauce wasn't overpowering, and the bread was like toasted to perfection. It all came together really well. I'd say I would probably give it a 4.5 out of 5.
And my final thoughts is really good as well for me. The mac and cheese was really nice and creamy, and it had breadcrumbs on it, so it had a good crunch to it. And the meatballs were nice and juicy, but the garlic was coming out of it, so it made the whole mac and cheese taste like garlic, which I really like. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Overall, both Ben and I really enjoyed our time and food at Meatball U. The customer service was also exceptional, especially the owner Dan. This is definitely a place that everyone should try out at some point.
All right, everybody, thanks again for tuning in into another WCU Studios food review, and we will see you next time at another place in Westchester.
Just say something. That's the one you keep saying.
That's the one.
All right, Rams, it's a new week, which means more sports at Westchester. As the month of March was winding down, sports were winding down as well, as only a handful of matches took place last week. Last Tuesday, the softball team played a doubleheader against Wilmington University but came up short of Wilmington both games. The baseball team also played against Wilmington University Tuesday, coming out on top 5-4. Meanwhile, men's tennis traveled to Reading and beat Penn State Berks in a 9-0 victory. On Wednesday, women's tennis scored a win against East Stroudsburg University, and women's lacrosse brought home a win against Shepherd University. There's a lot more going on this week, starting with men's and women's golf competing in an invitational today here in Westchester and will continue into tomorrow. The softball team will take on Wilmington again tomorrow in another doubleheader, this time with some home field advantage. Tomorrow, we'll also see the baseball team heading to Chestnut Hill College, and women's tennis will be traveling to Shippensburg. On Wednesday, women's lacrosse will be in New York facing Mercy College, and on Thursday, the tennis teams will be at Millersville University. On Friday, the baseball team will be at Shepherd University, while the softball team has a doubleheader at Mansfield University. This weekend has a lot in store with baseball, softball, rugby, lacrosse, and more taking place this weekend. Check out the WCU Athletics website for more details. That's all we have for sports. Signing off, I'm Zack Cannon.
and this is another episode of Church Street Chats.
Today, we're going to the streets to figure out what's the oddest name you could name your child.
Let's go!
What's the strangest name to give to a child?
Ezekiel. Or I think somebody named their child like Nebuchadnezzar or something like that. But that's about it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I would say, yeah.
What's the strangest name to give to a child?
Strangest?
Whatever Elon Musk's child is named.
The name? Oh man, I don't know what's strange.
His son's X and his daughter they're calling Y right now.
Oh yeah, that would be it.
Yeah.
The name is the strangest thing you could give them.
I don't know, I also had a friend where her dad taught at a university, I can't remember, but there was twins named Orangelo and Lemangelo. Orange Jello and Lemon Jello. And like I feel like you're kind of setting your kid up for failure with that one.
Yeah, for sure. Trolled for the rest of your life.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the strangest name to give to a child?
Ooh, I don't really know. I don't know if I have an answer to that.
Can be anything.
Anything? Well, who's the celebrity that named their child like something? It was like literally like, I don't know. It would look like an equation. I don't even know what it says. I don't even know what it is.
Elon Musk's child.
Yeah. I'm thinking of that name. I don't know what name that is, but that's like the weirdest thing I could think of.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. What's the strangest name to give to a child?
Alabama.
Yep.
Alabama.
Yep, I agree.
Well, Hallie, we sure got a lot of interesting names today.
We did, and you know, popular answer was Elon Musk's kid.
And we don't even know how to say the name.
Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye!
And that wraps up this week's episode of WCU Weekly. If you are interested in joining WCU Weekly or WCU Studios, head over to the Ram Connect page and join as a member. If you would like your club or event advertised, please check out our Ram Connect page and fill out the interest form. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of WCU Weekly. Tune in next week for more campus news, events, and more. Have a great rest of your week, Westchester.